Welcome into DCTF Live, instant recaps from the UIL Football State Championships at NRG Stadium. I'm Max Thompson of Dave Campbell's Texas Football. That's Greg Tepper of Dave Campbell's Texas Football.
Hello.
Greg, we just watched Mansfield, Lake Ridge, and George Ranch, and that was not the game we were expecting to get.
George Ranch 56, Mansfield Lake Ridge 0.
Not 49, not 63, not 77, 0.
The word is staggering. It is a staggering result, and let me explain. We've been very clear about this game. We think it's a coin flip type game, and that this is a game where we would not be surprised in the least if George Ranch won.
No.
I think we both picked Lake Ridge.
We both picked Lake Ridge.
We both said, we think it's going to be a close game, and that's where it comes down to, is that George Ranch came out and throttled them. Just throttled them in every single fashion.
Complete domination.
Offense, defense, special teams. They were the better team today. Now, there's obviously mitigating factors that we'll get into, but right now, George Ranch, Cedar Park plays tomorrow. Cedar Park plays tomorrow. Right now, is that the best team in 5A?
It sure looked like the best team in 5A.
They looked fabulous, and the running game with Darius Anderson, the sophomore whose name is Scruggs, who was fabulous. He's like their third best running back, and he was great. The offensive line, the blocking on the outside on the edge was so impressive, and then the defense. The defense kind of saw what was coming, and they adjusted very well, and that secondary had a field day. The secondary was fantastic. I was so thoroughly impressed with the game planning that Ricky Tullis and company came up with. Hats off to George Ranch, an absolutely deserving 5A Division I state champion.
Do not take anything away from George Ranch. Thorough domination, but we would be remiss if we didn't get into Jet Duffy and Duke Carter, clearly not 100%, clearly not close to 100%, and in turn, we didn't get the game we were expecting, and certainly Lake Ridge didn't get the game they were expecting. We're kind of surprised. We didn't get the sense that both were going to not be able to play this week. We both know they got hurt in the game against Toledo last week, but both quoted in multiple newspaper reports saying, we're ready to go, we're going to be fine. Right from the outset, it was clear. Duffy's legs were bothering him. Carter didn't even play for a while. When he did come in, he was limping noticeably. Just number one, how disappointing was it that we didn't get the game we were expecting?
It is disappointing because in the end, what we want here at the state championship games is great team taking on great team, let the best man win. And you know what? I think even if they were healthy, I think George Ranch was the best team. Plain and simple. But that obviously had a huge impact on this game. And you saw the adjustment from Ricky Tullis at George Ranch that they were going, obviously you have to deal with a running quarterback in Jet Duffy. And once they didn't have to do that, he goes, well, let's rush 4 and drop 7 into the secondary and win a state championship. And that's what they did. And they absolutely shut down the kind of hobbled Lake Ridge machine. I'll tell you, they still shut them out. And this is a team that I know that they had a hobbled quarterback that they ended up pulling in the second half, and Duke Carter may have played 10 snaps all game, maybe, but he was totally ineffective when he was. But give this George Ranch defense credit because they came to play. They came to prove to some people across the state that they are one of, if not the best team in 5A. And tonight they did that. So I think that you can have it both ways. You can say, one, George Ranch was the best team tonight and is a deserving 5A Division I state champion. Hard stop. 2, this game would have looked a lot different if those guys were healthy.
Bad news for Lake Ridge, but good news overall probably in the fact that these are two very young programs, and holy cow, how good are they already after just a few years? How excited are you to see what these teams can do in the coming years?
We talked about that a lot on DCTF Live, about how one of the great things about this weekend and this slate of Texas high school football state championship games is the new blood. You saw Brock last week, or last night. A number of other teams, Franklin making their first appearance. A number of other squads that have not been there in quite a while, getting into the state title game, and that's exciting. It's very cool. La Vega wins a title today, and this is part of the new blood. This is part of George Ranch and Lake Ridge are part of this new breed with great coaches and great programs already in progress. You and I are first and foremost fans of Texas high school football, and when you are to do, if you were to take Texas high school football to go have its annual physical, the health of Texas high school football because of programs like this is very good. And that's a great thing for the state. It's a great thing for the sport. It's a great thing for us personally. So it's a lot of fun. And yeah, I'll tell you, both those teams are going to be back. I'm really confident both those teams are going to be back.
Not the result we were expecting, but hats off to George Ranch. We've only got 3 games left. Now it's sad. Now we've only got 3 games left.
This is the last game I'm watching live all year. Well, that's not true. In person.
In person. I'll be here tomorrow. I'm getting rid of him, though.
I'll be on Fox Sports Southwest. You should watch that. That'll be great.
Do that. All right, we'll talk to you guys later.